to another edition of Mr. Nice Guy. I'm Ben Slowey. Today on the show I have one of my fucking favorite bands in town here to talk to me along with some cold brew, which was scooped in a growler from Stone Creek. Really excited.
Sponsored by Stone Creek Coffee.
Yeah. Sponsored by Stone Creek today. But I've got Hopper's Luck in the house. I've got John Lenz and Max Crouch. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. Was that the ice?
That's a water cup. No, this was the ice.
Oh.
Which is now 50-50.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, I'm used to...
We need colder ice in 2020. That's what we want.
That's our mission.
Colder ice.
Cold ice 2020.
The ice is melting.
Well, it is.
It is.
And actually, I used to work at Starbucks, and we used to water down the shit out of our iced coffee.
Dude.
So.
Oh yeah, I used to work at Starbucks too.
That is my least favorite thing. I hate that so much. I have a grudge with both of you because every time I get cold brew, it's always watered down, like to
at
the
Starbucks?
maximum. Like, dude, anywhere.
Yeah.
No offense on Collectivo, especially Collectivo though. Like, they water down their
Yeah.
coffee.
I mean, it kind of needs it though, because uncut iced coffee tastes like ass.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of necessary, but so, if anything, that's what we're living with today. So, cheers.
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 Dude, so good to see you guys, man.
Yeah.
Max, I like your shirt.
Thank you.
Your shirt's dope too.
Yeah, we're going for nautical theme.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I want a little bit more tropical than nautical.
Oh,
I don't have that many nautical options.
And you got the Blue Mountains on right now.
the core.
Wait, are they blue?
It's Coors Light. Yeah. So it's like you're staying on the beach. You're actually you're setting sail. Yeah. I want to make note of the point that John also plays with Mike Kellogg. He also plays in the band Colorblind Chameleon. Shout out Christian Porter. Talked to you yesterday. Max, is this your only band?
Yeah, currently, this is my only band. I have like some, of my solo stuff that I'm doing at home. Kind of working on it, but kind of not working on it at the same time,
Sure.
But right now, only thing that's really going on.
Fuck yeah. When we talk about a Mr. Nice Guy, we explore the love and fear into our passionate and creative minds. First time I saw you guys was at MK Music Night. Shout out Sunken Sons.
Which one was that? Was that at Garibaldi?
That was at Garibaldi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Milton's a homie. Yeah.
Yes, Tlalok.
Yes.
Tlalok!
They'll be here next week. And actually want to also make note that the Sunken Sons, Milton and Sam Catral, are also in Hopper's Luck, but I wanted to divvy it up a little bit.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. That was my first time seeing you guys, and I was fucking blown away. I just love, the tropical flavors of your guys' psychedelic and jazz fusion and all that stuff. It's very tasty. Very tasty. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. And,
would you guys play a birthday show if I asked you to for my birthday?
only if there was a theme, I think.
Okay.
If you had like.
There's a theme, yeah.
When's your birthday?
January.
Okay.
It could be like a a tropical winter type thing or something.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing of Hopper's Luck, is because, let's get Milwaukee, we have cold weather 6 months out of the year, maybe 7 months depending, so we'd like to bring a little warm flavor to those cold months. When it's the summer, it's like, it's our time.
Right. Melting the hearts with cool island songs. That was from South Park. But anyway, so that was my first time seeing you guys. Neo K-Men also played. They're a great band too. But found you guys have been pretty well intertwined with like the DIY scene. To start, I want to hear about your guys' musical backgrounds. How did you guys like really start finding music as like individually like an outlet for yourselves? John, let's start with you.
Okay. Yeah, so, I don't know, my dad just always had a guitar laying around, so that people always ask me, when did you start playing guitar? But it's like, I don't really know, just because it was always one in the house, but I think more so like around when I was like 12 or 13, like 6th grade, 8th grade kind of time, I had like a really intense surgery around then, and so I was like hopped up on opium, and like, I was like pretty much unable to do anything physically demanding for a few years, so that kind of sucked. But I got really into Nirvana, and so then that kind of transformed. I wrote a bunch of sad songs and got that out of my system in mass quantity. So then now I feel like I've purged a lot of that, and I don't know, you can kind of write songs for like crowd to dance to now. You know, I still have a bunch of sad songs I'm working on, but don't get me wrong. But
right. Yeah. I mean, Nirvana was my middle school angst. That was like, a lot of people listen to Paramore and Fall Out Boy and Panic and that kind of stuff, but for me it was Nirvana and it was Linkin Park.
Oh yeah, I had a Linkin Park. Meteora.
Yeah, Meteora, Hybrid Theory. Tears, man. Real tears. But yeah, so what did you like, I guess, like start taking your songwriting into like you started playing in bands and stuff like that?
Honestly, it's a relatively recent development. Even up until last year, I was kind of frustrated that like I didn't really have a band outlet for anything. You know, like I would play in other people's bands, but that's not like the same creative expression, you know. It's like, here's a full-fledged idea and with drums and bass and whatnot. So I guess like, I mean, Hopper's Luck isn't even a year old, I don't think. So.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a relative recent paradigm shift.
And we were playing music much before, or like, you know, before Hopper's Luck started. John and I were writing songs. Most of the songs that you hear in Hopper's Luck today were written like a while ago. But that's when John and I didn't have a drum player and a bass player. We had like other people just kind of like coming in and filling some spots every once in a while.
Yeah, we did have a few incarnations of Hopper's Luck, just with other miscellaneous friends.
Yeah,
but just varying degrees of
Buscemi Dilemma.
Yeah, the Buscemi Dilemma, don't forget.
Previous LI.
I love that. Nice.
Yeah, but it's nice because me and Max have a strong synergy, you know, that Caduceus spiral. But then Sam and Milton also have like a very strong connection where they're on a totally different like jazz vibe. And then with the sunken songs and whatever, and
they're fucking hardworking dudes.
Yeah, so it's an interesting like 2 + 2 = 5 kind of situation.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy with Milton and like them. I almost every single time I see, you know, Tlalok and Sam, they're like running off to some gig. Like I could never catch Milton at like he's so busy. He's crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
Right. Yeah. No. Like, because I always see like this. Sometimes there'll be several MK music nights in 1 month.
Yeah.
And like, it'll be like a totally different stacked, but equally as stacked, but it'll be like there'll be Dog Bed one night, and then there'll be Modern Joey the next time, and then there'll be various like Cola has been part of it too. Like, it's just cool to see, you know, how interactive the Sunken Sons are with just the scene and with different venues, and just really getting in touch with like, you know, a lot of different avenues of, you know, what people are making out of, you know, the scene and everything, you know.
Yeah, it's really cool that we can be involved in that whole process too, just being part of it. Like you said, you know, like how Milton and Sam have their, you know, like their jazz like fusion vibes, and then John and I add our little tropical bit to it. I don't know, but it's like really cool how how I think last time we talked, you know, I was really starting to just get back into music, but like all the different bands I've met in the time, just through everybody. So, yeah. So Max, let's turn it to you. When did you really start playing music as like an outlet for yourself? Dude, this is a story. Well, I mean, like I have a huge. Well, my family has all been pretty musical. My mom has a pretty strong choir background. She was like part of Axel Timer, who's like this world-renowned like vocalist or choir coach in University of Minnesota, St. Paul, and she was part of that. My dad, he's always just like had a good taste in music. I still remember listening to like Clash, London Calling, and his Mini Cooper way back in the day.
Acres Down, don't forget Acres.
Yeah, John, that was really funny because John and I were literally just listening to my brother Jonathan Ferrer. He was in a band before with Ryan Gardner, who now works for Here, and called Icarus Down, and they were pretty big for a while. They were playing in a lot of different bands. They were touring with I'm Not a Pilot. I don't know if you know who that is.
I've heard of them.
Mark Lassell and all those guys. And yeah, that was like probably one of my big like introductions to the whole band life and stuff like that. I was going to all those different shows for a really long time, and it really inspired me, like seeing them play. I was like, man, I really want to be in a band one day. And then I started one in high school. I started a band called Walk on Walls. It was like, you know, the cringy angst, a little bit of I wouldn't say Nirvana vibes, but definitely more of the Paramore Fall Out Boy kind of vibe. Originally, it was Graham Collins, Marty Schaefer. I don't know where you are now, dude, but man, heard he went to like Switzerland or something to pursue music for a while.
I think it was New Zealand.
New Zealand, really? Oh, I didn't know. Well, anyways, then John Meskimen and Aaron Meskimen, all really good people. But yeah, that was like kind of like my introduction to like my own kind of music creative stuff. But yeah.
So I remember when we talked for Breaking and Entering, you said you took some time for music for a while.
Right. The past like a couple of years, I've been studying to be a special ed teacher. So I don't know if there's anybody else who does special ed, but
my whole dad's side of the family does special ed.
It is a very demanding field. Actually, literally right after this, I have to go meet with the client. But like, it's it's a really demanding thing, and I'm just I'm still in school, and I work a couple other jobs as well. Catch me at Beans and Barley.
Yep. right. Yeah.
But yeah, I've just been busy with a lot of different things of that sort, and I got a girlfriend too, so
Yeah.
we're doing the thing. Shout out Rachel.
Right, yeah. So it was just a lot kind of balancing at once.
Right. That was like a really busy semester before that, so I was kind of just like taking my little break from music just so I could make sure I can maintain those grades,
Yeah. UWM?
Yeah, right now I'm at UWM. Should be done in the next 2 years. Had a little, moment away from UWM. I kind of started late into my college career, so like, yeah, it's now I'm kind of trying to finish that up and move along,
Right,
but,
sure.
Not to get all American rejects on you, but
yeah. So that being said, like what became Hopper's Luck out of you guys? Like, because I imagine you guys have been friends for a while.
Yeah, actually, it's funny because on Facebook, it will sometimes say like you posted this picture 4 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, today, like one of those popped up, and it was a picture of me playing guitar at Tony Scott's garage, which is where we met.
Yeah.
So that was about 3 years ago. So
wow.
Somewhere between now and 2016.
Right. It was really actually a funny story of how we like kind of met. We met at Tony Scott's garage, but then afterwards I was having an open mic at my dad's house in my garage, and I had like this little thing with a couple other friends, then Sid Broad and some other people.
I know Sid Broad.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Sid?
Yeah, he doesn't have social media, I believe.
He does now.
He does. You just need to know the password.
Yeah, no, he's Jewish.
Yep.
So I knew him from Hillel.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So, but yeah, then I
Sophia and all them. Were
yeah,
there.
Sophia was there.
Kiki.
Right. And Miriam, one of my other friends, Miriam, I was like looking for someone to play music with us, and gave me John's number. Somehow she knew you before.
Miriam Tunio?
Yeah.
Hey.
She's a photographer.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And I like texted him and I was like, hey, you want to come fill this show for us? And he came through, and we played this little like totally last minute. And I was like, is this dude showing up? Hour before the thing, he shows up, and we just jam it out.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, just the magic of getting invited to so like the rabbit hole of like getting invited to Tony Scott's garage party was because there was one night where it was like a Sunday night. I woke up from a nap, and Tony Scott was having like a Shakespeare performance at the like Lake Park or something.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing it, and I was like kind of on the fence about going. I was totally like just wanted to stay at home and just kind of sulk and just be alone,
Right.
And it was a 50-50, and I just went against my impulse to stay at home and be introverted, and I went. And then afterwards, he invited me to this end of the world garage party before Trump got elected. And Josh Trimble was there.
Shout out Joshy.
Dude.
Juicy
Trimble, wherever you are. Love you, brother.
Best dude. Yeah.
Good guy.
Okay, that episode I had with him, Yanni, George, and Alex was the funniest episode I've had on the show so far.
Those guys are all
clowns.
We need a hat.
Right? Yeah.
I know. I was like, what can we like wear today? That would be kind of ridiculous to step up our game.
You brought the didgeridoo.
Scooter lady. But anyways, what was I saying? It was just like a magic moment where I decided to go, got invited, I met all these people, and then at the end of the night, I think me and Josh Trimble played Lithium by Nirvana, and the whole fucking garage was like jumping up and down, just going nuts, and it was just like goosebumps, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've played that song since, but it was just like that taste of what live music is all about.
Yeah, right.
Bringing people together to be present in this moment here and now.
Yeah, like.
Not to get too deep in the first half of it.
Not at all. I relate a lot because I often have that because I'm a pretty introverted person. Like I don't like to go out unless it's with intent, and there'll be nights where like there'll be a show it'll be like a band I've like been wanting to cover or something for break and entering, and I'm like I want to just stay in and I don't want to do anything, but I know I should go out and see this music, you know, I know it. And 9 times out of 10, I never regret going out and just sucking it up and just putting myself out of the house, you know, see what this band is or this artist or make new friends or just, you know, just have a good ass time, which, I mean, I'm a firm believer you definitely need those nights in to do nothing.
Yeah, to charge your social
very
battery.
important. Something that I, for a while, have forgotten to do this summer, but very important to. But it's also important to like, you know, if you have nothing to lose, you might as well like go out and because you never know what's going to come out of it. And
yeah,
that's where we are now, right?
Yeah, I mean, I talked with Joe Tomchek about this last summer. We were standing outside like Black Cat Alley.
Yeah.
I was like, should I go to meet up with my friends? I think it was the night we all went to the Outsider. And it was kind of a shit show, but it was still a nice little time with friends. But I was like, should I go? Should I not? And he was like, you know, I always have the urge to just stay at home and play video games, but if there's something, I always do the thing and I can always come home. You know, I can always come home if it's not what I'm looking for.
You always get that, like, you know that feeling you get when you like have been debating, like you were debating not even doing something, or you were nervous going into it, but then after it's over, you just feel so gratified.
Oh my god, dude! Like every time, like sometimes I'll be playing, like I'll be driving to a show, and then I'll get this like cold flush where I'm like, maybe I should just not do this. Maybe I should just go home. But I know that it's like it's almost like the calm before the storm, you know, like on the quantum timeline, like the event's already happened and your body's just getting ready for it. You know?
Right.
I'm like one of them. I'm pretty extroverted, so whenever there's that that option to go out, you know I'm gonna take it, which is also like one of the roughest things about being in a band and stuff like that. Is because. Or like just being part of the music thing. Like if I have school or something and there is a show or something and I have homework to do, I'm gonna pick the show. Almost every single time.
Yeah, and because it's like at that point, the homework or the chore, whatever it is you know you can get it done, but it's put on the back burner. The immediacy of your priorities like plays in where it's like, okay, well, you know. I can only go to this one show this one time, and I can do my homework or something. I can find other time to do it. Which, that was a big part of college for me. It was like there were plenty of nights
cramming at 2 a.m.
Yeah. I was always a last minute kind of guy. I always do my homework the night before or the morning of.
I'm definitely one of those people. I am pretty much with most things I do. Packing for a trip. Which I just got back from one, actually. I just got back from the Apostle Islands in Minnesota.
Word.
And Minnesota.
Cool.
2 different places. But Yeah, like the night before we were supposed to go, I'm like doing laundry and packing my bag.
Yeah.
And your dryer takes like 4 hours.
I know, and then like I was panicking because my dryer didn't work and it wasn't drying my clothes, so I just had like all this wet stuff, and I was like, what am I supposed to do?
Right. Yeah, totally. Like my mom will always bother me about packing whenever I have to go somewhere, but it never happens until usually the day of.
Right.
But I feel like it's, I don't know.
We make it work.
We do.
See, but I feel like, I don't know, so I've been in the process of moving out, and I'm the type of guy where it's like, okay, once I'm mentally moved out, I'd rather just be there right now, you know what I mean? Like, I'll just pack up all this shit right now. I have 3 weeks left here, but let's go. Like, what are we waiting on, you know? That's my Scorpio vibe, dude. I'm just, like, at a party, if people are just, like, sitting around, like, you want to go get some food? Be like, okay, I'm ready. Like, right now, let's go. Like,
it's like when you have plans to go somewhere and it's like, okay, I'm gonna be away from home for like a couple days, and you just get so like eager to be like, okay, well, I need you're already getting the mindset of, it's like, okay, I have to get away from home now. But then like if something gets in the way and like your plans get canceled or something and you're stuck back at home, you get so disappointed because you were so ready to leave already.
Right.
Yeah, I get that all the time, man.
Oh, big time.
That's why like it'll be so nice like when I leave Milwaukee for like a couple days and go back home to Illinois, and like I'll be so excited to go home, but then once I get there, like I'll realize how boring it is, and then I'm already so like itching to go back to Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's interesting. That like that feeling of like if I'm out at night, I'll be like, oh man, kind of wish I was at home just watching Netflix right now.
Yeah.
But then like I get home and I'm watching Netflix and I'm like, not that good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I feel like we can very easily have that like that FOMO, you know.
Yeah, the fear of missing out. Yeah.
Even if it's FOMO of being an introvert, you know, I wish I was at home doing nothing right now.
Right.
You know.
Dude, he knows this. I have the biggest case of FOMO ever.
Yeah.
Like we'll be like at like a show or something, and like in the middle of the show, I whisper over to John and be like, I really want to go get some food right now, or like there's this party going on, or something like that.
Early. Yeah, but I mean, you're also like this social conduit for a lot of people. Like people will text you to see what's going on. Like people usually don't really contact me. They're like, he probably won't even. Like, I don't even know does his phone even work. Like,
Right.
I don't understand that either too, because like I'm not like that crazy. I'm not always doing something. Sometimes I am just sitting at home with my cat, my girlfriend, doing nothing. But like, people are like, "Yo, what's going on? Where's the party tonight?" And I was like,
Yeah, that was like me in high school. Like our word for parties in high school was moves. So what's the move? Or like senior year, people would just text me moves ? Because like I was always trying to find something to do in high school, but then once college came around, I enjoyed time with myself more. But anyway, so did you have a fun trip?
Dude, it was super cool. We were in Paso Islands. The universe was kind of like constantly giving me a little bit of like the finger though. We just had so much stuff. Like it was totally last minute. We didn't have our hotel booked. We didn't know if we were going to be able to stay on the island that we wanted to stay on because all the campsites were booked up. Until like literally we got to the island, we finally figured it out, and then like huge thunderstorm rolled in the morning, like big lightning, and we're like there's like barely any trees around us. We're like in this metal cage. I'm just this is terrible.
See, it could be worse though. I mean, my dad almost died when we were up north in Canada, up in Quetico Park, because there was a big thunderstorm that rolled through, and my mom had like just impulsively like kind of moved the tent like 4 feet to the right, and the morning they woke up and there was a new tree down right where the tent would have been. So
holy fuck, dude, that's
so listen to your third eye.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Where we were, there was like all sorts of like, it looked like there was a water spout that had just gone through there. All the trees were just like all down around us when we first arrived there. I was like, oh my god.
Getting back to your guys' music, so like how do you guys like go about like sharing, because I know that like you write a lot of the songs, like you're like the main vocalist. I know you guys haven't done a ton of recording yet, but like how are you guys going about what songs you want to record, and I guess like how you guys go about sharing songs with each other?
Like between us.
Yeah.
I don't know. It usually just happens kind of like I'll just come over and Max will be like on the keyboard, or like sometimes I'll just like sit down and pick up a guitar and like a song will just write itself. You know what I mean? Where it's like chord progression, and then like if you kind of allow the song to breathe, you could hear like the spaces filling in. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's just like a magical, like if you listen to the ether, you know, it speaks almost. But yeah, I don't know. Writing new songs we've been kind of just trying to master like these older ones right now, because we have had these ones for so long, and it's nice to finally get them. We're like recording at Silver City with Andrew, and sounded
cool.
Sounded really good so far.
Stay tuned.
You guys were talking about that when I saw you guys at Jazz, like at the beginning of the summer.
Yeah.
But that's cool that you guys are doing it now.
Yeah, it's coming along.
We were just there
yesterday.
Yeah.
We were there last night and kind of finishing some stuff and kind of tweaking some stuff.
Add in vocals.
Yeah, we'll stay tuned. I don't want to say a release date yet, but
yeah, I don't know if we have one, but we're trying to like shoot for like a month, maybe 2 months.
What's like, so is it like a full length you guys are recording right now, or?
It's 7 songs?
8 songs.
8 songs.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. We recorded as a full band, so that was a nice little touch, because I've recorded 1,000 songs, you know, on my computer, where you're trying to like puzzle piece it together, but it's nice just being in there, just, okay, Sam, count it off, let's go. All right, let's do it, and just feeling that energy versus like trying to use like a microscope to put things into place, you know, and having somebody else press record was a lot easier. But yeah, no, I'm really excited. It sounds really good. We just got those vocals sounding crispy.
Very crispy. John's got that new VT4 Roland.
Yeah, we have like little vocal processor.
Any of those tech geeks out there, those audio people, yeah, that is a
fun little machine.
Fun tool.
We love to see it.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I feel like with like a lot of our songwriting too, I mean, I like definitely have more of a poppy vibe when I'm writing like lyrics and stuff like that, where John has the more like, you know, he uses those big vocabulary.
Sure.
Just like weird metaphors like intertwined in there.
Right, which is nice because like, you know, I can get some of the basic stuff down, but then John can really add that flair into some of it. For some of our old stuff, lately I haven't been writing as many lyrics, more like melodies on the keyboard, because I've come so like into that now. I'm really like trying to dive into all those different melodies on the keyboard. So
Sure. Yeah, I always think it's really interesting when a band has like 2 vocalists, like 2 songwriters, and like the band is playing like both like members' songs, and like how like they'll be like different, and how like both of them prefer to write songs, and how the end product ends up being like Grizzly Bear is a band that does that.
Right.
Like Daniel Roston and Ed Drost like are the 2 vocalists. Animal Collective's another band that does that too, with Panda Bear and A.B. Terror.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's really it exhibits a lot of like band versatility when when like there's 2 songwriters at the same time like presenting their songs to the same group and showing how that like plays out in, you know, shows and stuff like that. I think that's really cool.
Right, and like also like pretty much everybody in our band is a songwriter.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. Yeah, it's not just me and Max. I mean,
Yeah.
people say that it's like my project just because I'm kind of the one who like put the pieces together, but I don't really like see it as that. Like I feel like everybody's voice is like equally as valid. It's just like,
Of course, yeah.
and that's why it's so nice having something that's like, because there's a lot of people who are like, oh, it's John Lenz band, you know, where it's like John Lenz, but this is me, and then these people are just supporting me. Like that's why it's like having Hopper's Luck is like a third party, something that we can all kind of like contribute to, and like it's a little less about the ego. Look, we just got some fresh stickers.
Oh yeah.
Here. Yeah, I dropped some on your table. There's one for you too.
Thank you very much. Great. I noticed that earlier. But, well, fuck yeah. I mean, it's like you change one musician is or isn't there, or someone gets swapped, it changes the entire dynamic of the band, you know? Like sometimes for better, sometimes for worse, depending on what your goals are. But yeah, I mean, everyone is a crucial piece, you know?
Right.
Totally. Yeah, we just played a show at Bremen, and Max was still up north, and it was just a little like I didn't use any pedals, any effects. It was just me, Sam, Milton, just getting like raw and kind of like crunchy, just on Bremen, like a grimy Bremen stage, you know?
Yeah, the ledge.
Right. It was almost like not even like a Hopper's Luck show. It was just like something else entirely.
Right.
It's fine because it's just Bremen, you know.
Right.
There's nobody like writing an article about it.
You guys just played Chris Novak's Cooperage show.
Right.
How'd that go?
That was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I like a Cooperage. It's a good space. You know.
Shout out
Beautiful.
Cooperage.
Yeah,
Shout out Cooperage.
big
Shout
time.
out Snack Boys, Mitch, John, all them. They really know what they're doing. But yeah, that was beautiful. Such a lovely venue. Such a nice
Right on the
stage.
river?
Yeah.
Right on the river.
It
that
was-
confluence.
And I loved it though because that night Beach House was also playing
Oh,
Riverside.
yeah.
So Beach House. There's a lot of my homies that were going to that show and stuff like that. So, but it was still nice to see that people did still come out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're jamming and dancing with the squad.
Yeah, it was fun. And then I also played guitar for Valerie Lightheart.
Shout out Valerie.
Shout out Val.
She's an angel. Love that.
And so yeah, it was good. And my uncle Tom from Las Vegas was there, wearing his like tropical shirt. You know, it's,
Shout out Tom from Vegas.
shout out Uncle Tom.
Yeah, right. That's awesome. I feel like that's also just a good spot for your guys' sound too, like on the river.
Totally.
The flavor goes hand in hand.
It's a sweet venue. And then Chris Novak, dude, he is like
Chris,
Okay, come on,
Oh my
Chris.
God.
Come on.
Shout out Chris.
Milwaukee's biggest music fanatic.
I always say
And
that
film
too.
fanatic.
Yeah, really. Like, I mean,
He'll be on the show next week as well.
He-
Really?
Yeah. I'm
Hey.
having
he
him
is
on the
like pretty much everywhere. Like Chris is everywhere. Every show that I go to, I like almost see Chris every.
And he's
single-
always giving people hugs. He's so happy.
He's the friendliest dude.
So fucking upbeat.
Yeah.
I just saw him last week for No No and Immortal Girlfriend at Chillin' Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's count on the dude to be front row for
Right.
like any of those shows, you know. And I like that is what I think. I want to see more of in Milwaukee and its music lovers is just people that are just so upright, like upbeat and optimistic and just uplifting everybody who's not only like, their friends doing cool shit, but just people that are really like, making Milwaukee what it is.
Right. And
Go ahead.
I've known Chris since I was 3. Like he
Really?
was best friends with my older brother, so just dude was sleeping over for like whole summers at a time.
Yeah.
So practically living there. But just to like see him in the music scene is so healthy for him, and he's just like having that like social community is just so beautiful to see. I remember like him working at Walgreens. It's like not the same, but seeing him at like the Cooperage doing his thing, talking to people, chopping it up.
That's a lot more his vibe because he
Totally.
works there, and like I feel like and like I work at Company Brewing, and it's much more an ideal spot for me to work too because there's live music, there's shows, there's people that genuinely love Milwaukee and its talent that frequent the bar, and I'd much rather work there than Starbucks,
And that $8.50 an hour.
Right,
I don't know if you
yeah.
ever had to open there.
Oh, I did a couple times. I slept through my shifts, and that was when I had to change my availability because I couldn't get up. Couldn't do it.
I worked that 3:30 a.m. shift for a whole summer.
Jeez.
Never again. Never again.
That's
Yeah, but I'm a firm believer in working somewhere that you genuinely just you enjoy the people, you enjoy the vibes, and it's conducive to who you are. So anyway, you guys got this record coming out, which is really exciting. What are some more goals of yours beyond the record that you have in store?
Other than album of the year from Pitchfork.
Right. Other than a light to decent 9 from the Needle Drop.
We also. Do you dare say a name for the record?
Oh, I mean we could.
Will this be the first time? The debut? Yeah.
Formally, yeah. It's gonna be called Coconut Road.
Coconut Road.
So stay tuned. And,
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think t-shirts is a goal right now. I mean,
This is an arguing point for the longest. Well, not arguing.
it's just little details. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
sure.
But I think going on a tour would be fun. Maybe
Yeah.
next summer or.
We have, and there's a couple more. You know, we played a lot of different venues in Milwaukee, but there is a couple more that we'd like to hit. I mean,
Company Brewing. That one didn't work out for this coming Friday.
Right.
Right.
But I love playing Company. I've played there a couple times, but I don't think we've played a Hopper show.
I don't think
there.
we've ever played a Hopper show there, and also like I'm always seeing like new places for eventual spaces for playing, new places for.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It'd be cool if I feel like you guys would put on a great show at Company.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's open. It's it's in the middle of everything.
The sound is
Yeah.
nice there.
Have you guys done high dive?
We have not done high dive
Yeah.
yet. That's
Weirdly
another one.
enough, we've pretty much cut our teeth on every dive bar except high dive.
Right.
So
That's gonna be probably the next one that we'll try to get.
that'd be fun.
And then John, I don't know, you're he's got a new space that he just moved into with
Oh, yeah.
a bunch of homies. So
I've just moved,
there
so
might be, where there's talk of a eventual house show, maybe.
Astor House. Stay tuned on
Oh,
that.
At your house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I wish I could do house shows here, but this place is like too fragile. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be one of those we were played by ear, but we got a lot of space to work with, so maybe.
I'm pushing it.
Good.
He doesn't even live there, and he's the one who's at it.
Right.
So.
You're like this is a fucking thing.
It's happening. I'm gonna even give his address out so everybody just shows up one day.
Oh yeah.
This is where you like blur it. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of the screen.
Right. Yeah. As we run out of time, I'd love to hear, John, what keeps you up at night?
Keeps me up.
The breathe, the exhaling.
Well, it's usually music, to be honest. I mean, either playing music or, like, now that we have this open space, we have like an extra large living room, so we'll just be jamming till like 1 a.m. And usually the later it gets, the weirder the jam gets. So it's usually that or yeah, I can't really, I mean, that's about it. Just playing music, usually keeping me up at night. If you're talking about like being worried, like,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
in terms of like,
Oh, don't steal mine.
well, right now the Amazon forest is burning down, so
yeah.
try to give some money or dump some water or something.
Do it.
Haven't really seen too much about that.
Yeah. It's really messed up.
There's some great organizations like Greenpeace that do amazing work with like that preservation,
Right.
which I hope to be able to donate once I need a little more money to do that, to donate to causes I'd like to, but that's a great organization that
Right.
people can donate to.
But for the most part, I'm pretty optimistic. I think that I think there's a lot of yin yang in the world, a lot of good, a lot of evil, a lot of dark and light. But I don't think that there's any. I don't think there's anything that's wrong. I think everything is like an expression of the universe in some way, and it's about incorporating the dark and the light. And this is like my Scorpio vibes once again, kind of trying to see the light in the darkness, you know.
Totally.
Like I gotta have faith that there's something good that can come from Trump. So
I like to think so too. Like I like to think that the universe unfolds as it should. So I mean, a lot of people talk about like the world's that Trump's going to destroy the world. That like we're in this impending doom. But
If anything, it just creates a realization. I feel
Yeah.
like of like what we need to be more mindful of.
woke, you mean?
Yeah.
right.
Woke up.
Yeah.
Stay woke.
Right.
It's true.
No, it really is. So, Max, on that note, what keeps you up at night?
Dude, on a slightly less meaningful note, them aliens really keep me up at night.
Yeah.
Big time.
You gonna ask him?
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, what is your opinion on them aliens?
Them aliens, how the tables have turned.
Oh man, pour up and then I'll tell you. It's no question they're out there. It's like a mathematical impossibility that aliens exist. It's a matter of just, are they in the, I think what most people grapple with is whether or not they have the capacity to reach us.
Right.
Or if they've contacted us in some way. And I don't know if you guys saw, but Bernie Sanders was just on Joe Rogan, and he said he's going to be, if he's elected, he's going to unveil the truth. Which, I mean, he could just be...
Right.
He could just be saying that for, you know, as sort of like just a teaser sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like he has something to say. I mean, I feel like there's real shit that we don't know.
Right.
I don't think it's anything to be afraid of. Because if there was anything to be afraid of, then we would know it.
And we would also not stand a chance. Like, if they're traveling light years to get over here, like, shit, dude, they could destroy us in a second.
Exactly.
So that's the thing. Like, I was watching this, you know, podcast thing a while ago, and it was like all about, you know, if aliens aliens I believe do exist for like, you know, fractionally, it's impossible for life to not exist. Just the universe is too big.
Right.
But yeah, so like, would they, like, if they came here, they would be, you know, they're way more advanced than us to be able to reach to this distance from wherever they came.
Right.
Like, would they even let us see them? First of all, would they be like dumb enough? There's so many alien UFO sightings out there. Would they really be like that dumb to like let us see them? They would choose either to let us see them or not let us see them. It's not like the in-between thing where they're like, oh, we're just gonna scratch the surface.
Okay, but what if we are the aliens? I mean, you look at ancient culture.
But we are aliens. Like, to aliens, to us, we are those aliens.
Dude.
So, like, one thing I wonder is, what do they look like? Do they look like us?
Do they even have a physical body?
Right. Yeah. Or what's their language? What does their structuralist society look like? That's something I worry about. I think about is like whether it's language, whether it's, you know, physical attributes, whether it's the way their, you know, civilizations are shaped. That's what I think about not a question of whether or not they exist, but how they function.
Right.
That's something that I worry about. I'm like, fuck. You know, what if they have like, you know, what if they have toes where their fingers should be or something like that?
Right. Well, I mean, you look at like ancient Sumerian depictions of like these half bird, half snake people with pine cones, and they're like doing something with a DNA strand. It's like, it seems like they knew something. Yeah. They saw some shit.
Dude, I just think the alien is Mark Zuckerberg, dude. The Zuck man,
he's a robot.
He's a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Strange, dude.
Yeah.
But dude, for like UFOs and stuff like that, dude, here's my opinion on it. I think it's way more plausible that it's actually just like, you know, China or someone sending out like drones and stuff like that. When people see UFOs, I think it's more of drone technology.
Okay, but what about those aliens over Milwaukee video where there's all these drones? There's like 12 of them going at right angles, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If you haven't seen that, you need to look that up.
Is it recent?
It's from like 2016, no, 2017.
It was like a year ago.
Yeah, about a year actually.
Wow.
Maybe it was like 20.
But yeah, it's like Fox 6. They just
So
had like
weird.
5 in the morning. They're like, let's see what downtown Milwaukee looks like.
And then immediately they say like seagulls, so it's got to be seagulls, you know, like in this whole thing. And then like the response time for the whole like seagull explanation was way too quick, you know, and it didn't really make sense. There's a lot of like, you know, film majors out there that I've talked to who like, that's like just not possible. That cannot be seagulls.
Seagulls can't turn at right angles, you know?
Right. Well, no, I think stuff like that is interesting. I'm also kind of fascinated by cryptozoology.
Like Bigfoot?
Yeah, like Bigfoot and like monsters or like
Christian.
Shout out Christian Porter.
Christian Porter calling right now. My phone doesn't work though, so I can't answer.
Yeah, that's he hasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always interested in just things that we've been conditioned to fear. But on that note, what puts you to sleep? CBD. Right. What puts you to sleep, Max?
Oh, what puts me to sleep?
Bad musicals.
Bad musicals, yeah, totally. I'm trying to think here. I'm okay.
Star Wars.
No, I'm like this is my ASMR is my guilty pleasure. I'll be honest with you. Don't, not like that. It's got to be the right stuff. Like
Like crinkling, like
No. Preferably like people talking in different languages. I really like that whole thing. I don't know what it is about it, but like soft talking in different languages is just like so comforting to me. Like I subscribe to this guy on YouTube who does like all this like electricity stuff, but he's from India and he is not speaking English, he's not speaking English, and it is the most relaxing thing.
Interesting. Everyone kind of has their crutch with that. For me, it's cicadas. Cicadas relax me a lot. And like when I've been being in Milwaukee all summer, I haven't heard cicadas like at all. But back home in Illinois,
Right.
where like my house is like under a lot of trees, so I got the cicadas back for last weekend, so that was nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks for being on the show.
Hey, thanks so much.
Yeah,
for that.
dude.
Thank you guys for being on the show. Tune in to Hopper's Luck. Coconut Road will be out very soon. And any shows coming up?
Yeah, we got a show this Saturday at X-Ray Arcade. I don't know if this will be out
This
by
won't
then.
be out by then.
So don't come to that because
So don't come to that.
Don't go to
Don't
Cudahy
come
for no
to
reason.
No, fuck no.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. There's gonna be more stuff coming out. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to take you away to that tropical fever. Thank you for watching Mr. Nice Guy. We'll see you next time.